Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clive Lackland, and I've come to talk to you about the prevalence, the encroaching influence of secret societies in our world. Whether it may be global economic manipulation, whether it may be child grooming in the world of pop culture and American politics. In the chasms and the fissures of our day-to-day society, the micro interactions that we have with our interpersonal and intimate relationships, you will find in the source of your issues the influence of secret societies with their blood-drinking aspect of the devil-worshipping, masochistic, sadist tendencies on influencing the entire world to fall deeper and deeper within the chasms and the inner circles where the devil lurks. Not necessarily to consign your soul for eternity, but rather to throw it through a sort of punishment that's not really punishment, or it doesn't feel that way to the recipients. Welcome to this reality. Today, we're gonna talk about very, very interesting things. I thought that I was gonna do something a bit more specific. We're gonna talk about 5 things, 5 activities that this world uses, the Western society uses, in order to trap individual males, to destroy their souls. We're gonna get right into it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video with some peers because this is gonna definitely be an interesting one. Let's begin with number 1. The one thing that this world uses to trap male souls and destroy male souls is the children and marriage, right? Marriage and then children. But in this world, a lot of us are not getting married because we know that marriage ceremonies are incredibly expensive. The ring, the ceremony itself, the renting of the services, catering, the DJ, the space, all of those things. And we're just skipping straight through the children to the children part. We are taught in this world that having children is a beautiful thing. And children are beautiful, I love them, they are. But if we look at the root of the whole process, right? It is through the feeling of lust, feelings of entrapment in itself, right? We feel those feelings and then we sleep with someone. We go through the viviparous reproductive method. We have the child and now you have no choice but to be responsible for that individual, right? We have to, you're not allowed to travel. We have to go far and beyond for work in order to take care of this child. We are sacrificing the very things that allow us to ascend in order to take care of something that was begotten by lust, right? Children are beautiful, I did say this. The thing is that it is a trap for men's souls. When we have children, and a lot of us do, not me, Clive Lackland does not have any kids, but a lot of us do have kids in this world, and that limits us completely. Things are expensive. The inflation has gone through the roof, and having a child in this economy is probably one of the worst things you could do. We are surrounded by sex. We are surrounded by things that urge us towards reproduction all around us, and they never teach us how to really, or they never broadcast how to take care of a child. Rather for us men to just spread our seeds and just have them. This is one of the many traps of the modern world for men. Number 2 of the things that trap men's souls, that destroy men's souls, initiated by these secret societies behind Western society, is incarceration, right? Oh my goodness. So, it may seem, if you're living in a Western society, you know, England, France, New York, San Francisco, United States, right, succinctly put, we are sort of shielded from a lot of crime for the most part. But it does happen, and it happens a lot. A lot of crime is perpetuated by males in a sort of a backlash, right? Revenge. We have crime that's perpetrated out of desperation. We have men at the end of their rope, right? There's perhaps they've been looking for work for years, even though they're qualified for the positions that they've been applying for and been getting rejected for. And they believe that they're at the end of their rope, and so they do something that they're not supposed to do. After they've done this thing, they get caught for it because the technology that's around, there's so many cameras all over this blasted bridge that I'm at, right? There's so much sophisticated technology to catch criminals now that it's actually very, very difficult to commit a crime and get away with it for a long period of time. These people get caught, they get incarcerated. Prisons are not a rehabilitation center for a lot of individuals. It is just a holding cell for humanity's worst. And what happens is that they come out worse than they got in. They become a much more menace to society. One fact that I learned is that felons are not even allowed to travel. So imagine having done a crime or being the accomplice in a crime as a male, and because you probably you went down with the main perpetrator in the crime, you are not allowed to travel. You are now stuck in your Western city, your Western culture, right? With all of the horrible and toxic and devolutionary basis traits that they broadcast thereof. This is life for a lot of individual males. This is a life for a lot of them. This is another huge trap that the our secret society overseers inflict upon this world. Be careful of being incarcerated. I say, of course, being on the practice of semen retention, you're going to get a lot of aggressive, negative attention from the individuals around you that do not practice this way of life, and you will be tempted sorely to commit crimes or to try to broadcast, or not broadcast, but express your way. I say ignore them. You have to keep doing your thing. Receive humiliation, because we are thinking of the world to come, the future, things to happen. Let it happen, right? That small injustice, those small infractions, and go on with your life. Number 3 in the trap that the Western society uses in order to ensnare and capture and destroy male souls seeking to ascend in this world is financial and economic debt. This is one of the worst things that you can get into. What individuals of this system, this matrix here, I hate to use mainstream terms, but this is essentially what it is. It's a false reality, guys. This is the air I'm breathing. Everything is false. It's only to trick the brain into believing that it actually is of the environment and it actually does belong here, when in fact it is just a temporary domain. Carrying on. A lot of the things that these people, these secret society members, they use in these Western societies is debt. We grew up, I know all of us did. I was born in the 90s. I'm 32 years old. A lot of us grew up with the whole mantra, you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you get a good job, right? Because that's why you go to college, to get a good job and be accepted socially by the people around you. And then you get children, and then you live the rest of your life in this Western society. A lot of us, I know, in my age group, me, Clive Lackland included, will definitely be able to tell you that this is not true. This does not happen. The American dream is a lie. It is a false reality imposed upon the individuals inhabiting this already false reality in order to be okay with them being a slave. They say you work hard in college, you accumulate all of this financial debt, paying for school, believing that you'll be able to pay it back after you've definitely and absolutely secure that good job. When in reality, jobs are incredibly scarce, and a lot of us that graduate from college, even with bachelor's and master's degrees, do not have the opportunity, like the other people in this false reality, in order to ascend and actually fulfill the American dream. The only thing definitive from college is the debt that you'll incur, the financial burden that you'll incur. Let's talk about another way, right? Another facet. Loans, taking out loans to buy a car or to finance a car, right? Leasing, right? Which is another huge scam that the denizens of this false reality inflict upon the individuals, right? Like us, in order to try to fit in to a Western lifestyle, only to be burdened and anchored by financial debt, right? This is what they do. When we take out these loans, we believe that we're actually maturing in life, when in reality, we're falling deeper and deeper into the hell that is financial debt. Free yourselves from debt. If you are trying to be an individual ascending in this false reality, right, and trying to live your life, do not incur financial debt to any individual, any corporate entity, right? That is one of the hugest ways that they capture our souls as men, right? And with that debt, we're not allowed to express ourselves. We're not allowed to truly be ourselves and travel where we'd like to, because we have this anchor of this payback that we must do, right? Do not get caught by financial debt. Number 4 in the items, right, in the things that the Western society, the secret societies, right, use in order to ensnare and destroy the souls of men in the West. This is a good one: political dogma. A lot of individuals themselves, they truly believe, men, we get caught by this trap that we gotta fit in. There's this whole thing of, we see it in the animal kingdom. Animals, the black sheep, right? We see the lone wolf, right? These things are anomalies to the groups that they belong in, the groups of animals that they belong in, because you're not supposed to venture from the crowd. You're not supposed to venture from your groups. And it is no different when it comes to political dogma in this world. All over Western societies, we have these political ideas, right, that's pushed on us. Oh, we have to hate immigration. We have to hate women. We have to hate gentrification and all this stuff. Or, well, actually, it's quite the opposite on the last one. We had to love gentrification because they're doing so good for our societies, right, our separate societies. When in reality, they're driving everything up that's causing people to take out loans in the first place. With political dogma and political ideology, these ones that are counterintuitive to how we are supposed to live and how we're supposed to develop in an ecosystem, we find ourselves trying to be accepted by the people around us. We trap ourselves within this dogma, believing that we're actually developing, we're actually growing, when in reality it's stifling us. One example is that gentrification. We'll say gentrification for one. Gentrification, obviously, it seems like it's like on the other side of the spectrum when it comes to mass immigration, mass migration from transplants and foreigners. But in reality, what gentrification does is that it causes the ecosystem of the places that most people are moving to, the prices of everything to shoot up. Housing, cost of goods and services, everything just shoots up. And a lot of the business owners, of course, they're men that are unbridled in their greed. And they use these things as excuses to drive up prices to exorbitant rates. This is the reason why New York, San Francisco, and all these metropolises around the world, London, Tokyo included, France, Paris, these are the reasons why these places around there are very, very expensive. We are taught to accept gentrification because that they're bringing new businesses and new life to our culture, when in reality, they're actually driving it more and more towards its end and causing us men to do very, very desperate, very crazy things in order to stay level-headed. Just keep your eyes above water, let alone your nose. Do not get caught up in following the political dogma and ideology of the ecosystems that you inhabit. They are only meant to anchor you. They're only meant to bring you down, right? The soul of man, male, is to explore. The reason why semen retention is such a powerful practice is because we gather all of that energy. We gather our inclination to explore, and we explore. We venture out every single corner of what we choose to explore, whether it be computer work, whether it be building, whether it be science, biology. Semen retention allows us to explore. The soul of man is further strengthened by semen retention. And by adopting political dogma that is counterintuitive to the way that you're supposed to develop and live, that is destructive to your very essence. Cast away political ideology, right? The fifth and final thing, right, that secret societies in this Western world use to destroy and subdue man, the soul of man, is finally the American dream. I said this earlier, and I said this in full detail. The American dream is a lie. I'm gonna repeat it. the American dream is a lie. What the American dream is, how it was even propagated, is by business owners that have no vested interest in the uplifting of the souls of the American people, especially men. What the American dream is that it tells us, work hard, put your head down and work. No matter what the injustices are, just put your head down and work. You'll be able to find freedom soon. You'll be able to find financial freedom. You'll be able to have a wife, a beautiful wife that cares about you, and children, and all that bollocks. Codswallop. These are all lies to keep you ensnared to the system, working hard for someone else that is using all of your effort for personal financial gain and perpetuating evil and darkness onto this world. That is the only cause of the American dream. It would be okay, let's say, I'm gonna say something. Personally, Clive Lackland, right? I'm not Sombra del Piso, I'm Clive Lackland. For me, I think that if you work for someone and they are actively making the world a better place, as in they're paying their taxes, and then the government agencies that utilize the tax dollars to create goods and services for the people, right? If that was actually happening in a very, very good way, I would respect working for someone and chasing, with my head down, the American dream. But what these people do is that they use this money to buy yachts, Maseratis, huge homes, buildings, and create businesses that have no actual value for the people. They just use these things for personal greed and selfish gain. It also lies under the category of political dogma. My advice, Clive Lackland, as Clive Lackland, right? Release these constraints and fetters, especially the American dream, right? Forget the idea of trying to get married in the system, trying to have kids, trying to flourish in the system, because it's gonna put you more and more. If you do it the fair, legal way, it's gonna put you more and more in the subterraneous caverns of life, of your emotional status, your physical and spiritual status. The American dream will destroy you. It will carve out your soul, right? And you will actually side with your oppressors the more you believe in this codswallop, this nonsense. It's funny that I'm using a British term describing how atrocious the American dream is, but this is what it is. Me as Clive Lackland, right? I'm not masquerading as an individual. Release the fetters of the American dream. Release the fetters of political dogma. Go on semen retention. Yell from the mountaintops that you are celibate for a higher purpose, that you are ascending. This is the cure, the solution to this broken, destroyed, corrupt, basist society, right? Me, Clive Lackland, not Sombra del Piso, I have went in this world. I've went into the chasms and the caverns and the subterraneous tunnels of this corrupt society, and I've lived my life. I played the game by the rules, and it has gotten me nowhere. I'm not saying that I'm doing anything illegal, that I'm planning to consider doing anything illegal, but I'm saying that the only thing that should matter in this world is ascension. Spiritual ascension, getting close to the Empyrean, right? Destroy the fetters of the ideas that will bring you worldly success, and there you will find true success. That is all I have to say. If you enjoyed that content, like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Clive Lackland here. I don't know, what is that name? Clive Lackland. Share the video with your friends and whatnot. Don't ever let this place get you down. It is a false reality imposed by a horrible, malevolent God who acts through the various leaders of the various secret societies that run this place, right? This is temporary. Do not forfeit your soul for temporarily worldly gain, because if you do, you are stupid and you will be condemned. That's silly. Please do not do that. Seriously. And stay radiant. I'll see you guys in the next one. Clive Lackland out.